Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to use Google Earth to find our place in this big world. Google Earth is a fun web tool that allows you to virtually travel anywhere in the world. To use it, you just go to the search bar and type in where you want to go. Now, we're going to start off with the continent we live in, which is North America. So I'm just going to type that in and then click search. Now, Google Earth didn't really have to travel very far because when we clicked on it, North America was the country it was already on. But we want to go even closer. So I'm going to type in the country we live in, which is the United States. So you just type that in, click search, and again, we didn't have to travel very far, but there it is. That's the United States. Next, I'm going to take us to the state we live in, which, as you know, is New York. So you just type in New York, click search, and look at that. Google Earth takes us to New York State. And as you can see, it points out the different states surrounding New York and some of the major landmarks in New York. You can also click on these little pictures to see different parts of New York State. How cool is that? But I want to get us even closer to where we live, so I'm going to type in our county, which is Onondaga County. Click search, and we're getting even closer to where we are. And as you can see, it points out all of the towns and cities that are in Onondaga County. And once again, you can click on the images and see some of the major landmarks and buildings that are in Onondaga County. Next, I'm going to type in Syracuse so we get even closer. Click search. And there we go, we're getting even closer. And the cool thing about Google Earth is there's this zoom in and out bar on the right side of the screen. I can just click zoom in, and as you can see, we're getting closer and closer into the city of Syracuse. Again, there's pictures you can click on. But we want to go to where we are right now, which is Salem Hyde Elementary. So I'll just type in Salem Hyde Elementary. And a lot of times you don't even have to finish typing because Google Earth will give you the option of where you're looking up. So I just click that, click search, and look at that. It took me to Salem Hyde Elementary. Just zoom in, getting even closer. Now, it's pretty cool that we can get this close to Salem Hyde Elementary and see it from above, but I'm going to show you something even cooler. If you take this little man on the right side, he's called the Street View icon, and click him, and drag him over to this blue line in front of the building you want to look at, and then let go. And then look at that. We get to see Salem Hyde Elementary from the Street View. How cool is that? You can use the Street View icon to look at most buildings up close and personal. And that's just one of the many things that make Google Earth really cool. So I'm going to exit Street View. Now I'm going to take us somewhere really far away that most of us probably have never been able to see in real life. I'm going to take us to the Great Pyramids. Click search. Look at that. We're traveling all the way to Egypt where the Great Pyramids are. Isn't that cool? That's my favorite part of Google Earth, is being able to travel anywhere in the world without ever having to leave my class or my home. Zooming in, I'm going to take the Street View icon, put them on the street in front of the pyramids, let go, and then look at that. We're at the pyramids, and we never even had to leave our class. How cool is that? So I'm just going to exit Street View, and now I'm going to take you to my favorite place to go to on Google Earth, which is the White House. And I'll show you why it's my favorite place. So just click search. We're leaving Egypt, going back to the United States, all the way to the White House. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, get closer to it. And the cool thing about the White House is you can take the Street View icon, move him over the top of the building, let go, and look at that. You're inside the White House. How cool is that? Now you can't go inside most buildings on Google Earth, but it's still pretty cool that we can do that with the White House. Go to another room. How cool is that? Alright, now that you guys all know how to use Google Earth, next week we're going to use the school iPads to look up our own addresses using Google Earth. So make sure you know your address before next week's lesson.